Hello everyone, it's Barbara and welcome to Pick a Stack Wednesday. Last week I did our Pick a Stack in Arizona. Today I'm back in Minnesota and the sun is shining. It's very beautiful outside and the snow is actually melting. So yay! Bring on the spring. The whole deal with Pick a Stack Wednesday is you think of an idea, an issue, or a question in your life, and then look at the picture and pick one of the stacks. This is stack number 1, stack number 2, stack number 3. And each stack tells a story. So each stack has a crystal, it has an oracle card, and it has 2 tarot cards from 2 different decks. So each one tells a story, and hopefully it resonates with you. One of the things you can do is you can just listen to one of the stacks. I do a timestamp in the description below the video. Or you can listen to all 3, because sometimes more than one resonates with you. You're thinking, oh, this stack number 1 is going to resonate with my question, but really stack number 3 is more of an overall of your whole life. So listening to the whole video can be very helpful. All right, so let's get started. So if you chose stack number 1, you get this big, beautiful piece of Baltic Amber. Now, amber is actually not a crystal or a stone. It's fossilized resin, or the sap from a tree. So it's been used for many thousands of years for healing. It has been found to help balance the emotions, clear the mind, and release negative energy. It can provide excellent psychic protection and aid you with your manifestations. It can help ease stress by clearing phobias and fears, and help with depression, allowing you to find positivity in your life. It can help heal the physical body and the emotional body. Amber is associated with the sacral chakra, that's the 2nd chakra, and can help you connect to your inner wisdom and creativity. It can help you heal your glandular system and may stimulate the healing of your DNA. Carry it on your body or use during meditation to help you heal yourself, or use on others for their healing. When I do healings these days, this is actually the piece that I use for helping you heal yourself. Now, another way it comes is like this. We have these little packets. These are less expensive than the great big chunks. It's very beautiful. It feels warm and soothing to me. All right, if you chose stack number 1, your first card, oh, it's the moon. This is from the SpiritSong tarot deck. And the moon in this deck is represented by this beautiful owl. Isn't that lovely? So if you think about the moon works with water. The moon moves the tides in and out, back and forth, and it moves us as well. So whenever we have a full moon, a lot of people in the, whether it's the hospital, medical industry, or caretakers, or police, firefighters, they talk about how there's an increase in issues, shall we say, during the full moon, because that full moon makes us feel different. It's supercharged. When there's a new moon, most people, I'm not going to say everybody, most people tend to feel kind of laid back because it doesn't feel like there's as much energy. The reverse can be true as well. So for example, for me, when the moon is full, I feel very tired and I know to take care of myself. So, there's long hot baths. If I feel like taking a nap, I'm going to take a nap. But you have to remember that you're almost 70% water. in this physical body. And so that moon is pulling you. Now, the owl is also about seeing things that others don't. So this could be your psychic abilities are being enhanced or upgraded. Your clairvoyance, where you just know things. This card is all about perception. So for your idea, issue, or question, your perception of it is your perception. If you and I were standing next to each other and we witnessed an event, we would see two totally different things based on our perception and our life experiences. So this card is asking you to think about your perception of your idea, issue, or question. We need to look at things more objectively, not emotionally. Because when we look at things emotionally, we react emotionally. And that's not always a good thing. So whatever your idea, issue, or question is, try to look at it from a different viewpoint, from a more objective viewpoint. Does that make sense? Be the owl. All right, let's see what your next card brings. Excuse me. Okay, so your second card from the Druidic Craft Tarot is the King of Swords. Oops, there he is. The King of Swords. So the king is the one that oversees everything. He's not the doer. He's the get it done. I'm telling you, get it done. The King of Swords, excuse me. The King of Swords is all about air. It's about change. It's about the truth. So interestingly, this was all about your perception and trying to be more objective. And the King of Swords is saying you need to see the truth. And you need to deal with the truth. And the truth is objective. The truth does not have emotions associated with it. The truth is what it is. The truth is facts. But you can't let somebody else's opinion of the facts overshadow your perception. For example, if I tell you, oh, don't go to that restaurant because their food is awful, I'm giving you my opinion. You go to the restaurant with an open mind and you might say, oh my gosh, that's the best restaurant ever. Why? Because you have a different perception than I do, and you have different life experiences and different tastes than I do. So you need to form your own opinion, but you also need to seek out the truth. It's very important. We need to hear the truth, see the truth, know the truth, and spread the truth, whatever that truth is. And if you just look at his face, you see his face? That is a very thinking, considering face. But he's got his sword up. He's ready. I love his plaid pants. So he's sitting on his throne, but he's not relaxed. He's ready. He's ready to make a move. When that truth appears, he's ready to make a move. All right. Your third card is from the magical Menagerie, and it is the Blackbird. So I'm going to read from the book on Blackbird. All right, I'll hold that up for you. Okay, so the Blackbird is the first of the most ancient animals approached by King Arthur's men in their search for the lost child Mabon. This myth indicates that Blackbird was regarded by the Celts as one of the wisest and most spiritual of animals. Blackbird calls us to spiritual quests and guides us to the hidden entrance to the other world, where occult knowledge and wisdom can be accessed. Blackbird is therefore associated with active attempts to follow spirit, hence pathworking, journeying, meditation, and trance. However, Blackbird also relates to the balance between the spiritual and the mundane and the need to remain grounded in this world of matter. Blackbird may appear as a guide or herald the arrival of a guide. So, with these 3 cards, interestingly, you've got 2 birds, the blackbird and the owl. This is all about your perception, finding the truth or knowing the truth, and the heralding of a spirit guide. So this is help is on its way. And then you've got the amber, which is very healing. So what I get from all 4 of these is that you're on the right path, but the truth is coming. And I don't want to say you need to be prepared for it, but just be ready for it. When the truth comes, it might knock you off your socks. So just be open to receive. Be open to receive the healing. Be open to receive a guide. And be open to the truth. And remember, your perception is yours. Try to take the emotion out of it. Because we don't need to react. We need to just act. Okay? Lovely. Love that blackbird. Also, the blackbird does resonate with all 4 elements: fire, air, water, and earth. So, you got that going for you too. Sweet. That is stack number 1. If you chose, excuse me, if you chose stack number 2, you have this fabulous piece of Larimar. Larimar comes from the Caribbean, and it literally looks like the Caribbean water. Sometimes you can see a dolphin in one, or an angel. So Larimar awakens feminine power and soothes the emotions. Created by volcanic activity, it balances water and fire energy. A powerful throat chakra stone, Larimar assists in the expression of emotions and teaches respect, love, and nurturing. It can cleanse unhealthy emotional blocks, release attachments, and is excellent for healing and for pregnant or new mothers to relieve depression and stress. Beautiful stone. It's like a little piece of the Caribbean. And it's really smooth, so it feels good, you know, in your hand if you're using it as like a worry stone. It's awesome. So that is your stone. And your first card is from the SpiritSong Tarot deck. And it's the 3 of Feathers. Now, in this deck, feathers represents air. It also, in other decks, would be swords. But in this deck, it has a beautiful moth. I just love the artwork in this deck. So there's this lovely flower, and then this moth, and all these rays of light coming from the sun right behind the moth. Now, one of the things that we always think about with moths is if you have a flame, the moth goes to the flame, or if you have light, the moth goes to the light. In this picture, the moth is directly in front of the light. It's funny because just a few nights ago, I was sitting in Sedona, and it was nighttime, and so it's dark outside, and there were moths all around the window of the dining room where we were sitting. The moths were coming to the light. We were the light. And so here's this moth with the sun right behind it, all these rays of light coming out. And this card is all about release, about what you need to release in your life. Now, a lot of the things that we need to release, we say, oh, but it's hard. I don't want to release my emotional attachment to this person or to my grandmother's teacup set or to fill in the blank. But we need to release the emotional attachment we have to things and to people, because that's been conditioned in us. That is not something that we're supposed to do. It's something that we've been conditioned to do. So having an emotional attachment to things, it gives the things the power over us. So for example, let's say your car. If you have an emotional attachment to your car, you just love that car. Oh, I've had that car for, several years, and I just love my car. And then your car's totaled and you're devastated. Well, you know what? It's a car. Your life will move on. And you'll always have your memories of your car, but you don't need to carry them with you all day, every day. And you don't need to be sad about it because you and your car spent time together for a specific period of time. Now, granted, I'm using the car as an example, but you can apply this to anything. You can apply it to a person. You can apply it to a home. You can apply it to things that have been handed down in your family. You've got the memories. You don't need to dwell on them, but if you're feeling kind of sad, you can look back and go, yeah, remember that time when fill in the blank. I was talking with someone the other day about having to move out of her home because of a divorce. And she didn't want to leave all the memories in that house. But the memories are in you. They're not in the house. So you're going to carry them with you wherever you are. Now, if they're memories that you don't particularly want to carry with you, you get that choice as well. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm done with that memory. I don't need to take that with me. Bye-bye. Like a little moth that can just flutter off. So this is all about letting go of things. This is all about recovery. Whatever kind of recovery you need to help you with what you're going through. And a lot of people are going through things right now. Holy cow. I'm even going through things that, it's like the universe said, all right, we're going to push your buttons and we're going to push all of them. Let's see how you react. Our job is to not react emotionally, to not live in fear, to be our highest and greatest selves, and to know how powerful we are and how beautiful we are. And it's okay to say, you know what, I'm in a recovery phase. But don't stay there forever. Figure a way out of the recovery phase, and so you can get back up on top. And look at that picture in the background. That person is up on top. Okay, your second card is from the Druid Craft Tarot. And it's the Two of Wands. So we've got the Three of Feathers and the Two of Wands. Now the Two of Wands, wands are fire. They can also be magical. And if you look at the outline of the person in the background, you've got all this nature here. And then you've got this person, and they've got one wand in each hand. And the very first thing that comes to my mind is balance. This is all about balance. So if this is recovery and releasing things, this is do what you have to hold that balance in your life. That means eating healthy, maybe getting a little exercise if you don't already. And that can be just going for a walk. It can be not letting yourself get upset over these things that are happening. Just breathing. Just take some time, sit by yourself. It can be outside, it can be inside, but just breathe. Just breathe and be. Because you know what? The universe didn't create any mistakes, and everything we're going through is for a reason. We just might not know the reason today. For me, I think everything I'm going through right now is all about having faith and showing me how strong I am. So whatever you're going through and you're in this recovery phase, have some balance. Be balanced. Be balanced. And if you can't be balanced, then ask somebody for help. It's okay to lean on somebody, especially somebody that really cares about you. Okay? And being in nature would be wonderful if you could do that. All right. Your third card is from the Magical Menagerie, and you get the fabulous Pegasus. Look at how beautiful that is. Now, if you look at that picture, its front 2 feet are off the ground. So he's getting ready to fly. So if you think about your first 2 cards, you've got recovery, releasing, finding balance, and then you're going to fly. And you're not just going to fly like a bird, you're going to fly like a Pegasus. So this is pretty majestic. All right, let's see what the book has to say about Pegasus. All right, here we go. Pegasus is all about earth and air. And I need to turn the page. One of the first things it says about Pegasus is that there's going to be change and it's going to be fast, but it could come to a halt. So it won't just be, you know, like a Pegasus is just going to, boom, be off the ground. He doesn't have to run or anything. He's just going to go straight up. So Pegasus is all about transcendence. Pegasus is one of the intellectual signifiers. And although the earth element confers practicality, perfectionism is still a goal. This is associated with the wish to establish order in place of chaos. Because of the humanitarian principle that is a feature of the air element, Pegasus indicates a striving after worthy goals that may benefit all. He indicates idealism despite being grounded by the earth secondary. Therefore, a desire to produce great ideas that can find practical expression is evident. Pegasus indicates organizational flair. Pegasus highlights original, perhaps idiosyncratic thinking. However, there is a need to see results after all the talking is done. Communication is at a premium, but it will surround practical tasks. Impartiality and scrupulous fairness are paramount. Creativity, especially involving language, is prominent. So, even though Pegasus is what some people call a mythical creature, I don't agree with that, by the way. I think we just can't see them in this reality. This is serious. Has a lot of serious attributes to it. So when you've got your recovery, your release, finding balance or bringing balance into your life, and then you're going to fly. You're going to come up with all these great ideas, and you are going to fly, baby, fly. So how cool is that? Just find that balance and know that you might be in a recovery state right now, and that's okay. And remember, it's okay to lean on somebody if you need to. You might not have 2 wands. You might have 2 friends. Yeah, lean on them. All right. That is stack number 2. Stack number 3. I don't have a card for this stone, but this is called Barite, and it is from England. Can you see I have the wonderful sunshine coming through the window, so I'm trying not to get the glare. This has been polished really super smooth. It's got some beautiful lines in it. This is actually, I wrote some cheat notes on the back. This helps with addiction. So, interestingly, in stack number 2, we were talking about recovery, and this is all about removing toxins, helping with whatever kind of addiction you might have in your life. This can be, alcohol, drugs, shopping, sex, whatever, food. It can also relieve issues with your stomach. So if you have a nervous stomach, if you're going through some stress right now in your life, this is a really good stone to just kind of hold. Like I said, this one's really super smooth, and it feels really good in my hand right now because it's like, I can't even describe it. It's so smooth. It's just got a really nice, soothing, comfortable energy. If I were to liken it to food, it's like mashed potatoes, comfort food. This is a comfort stone. And just holding it in my hand, I can feel like everything's going to be okay. So that's a really cool stone. Again, it's called English Barite. And that's Barite. Not bear like in a cave. So your first card, if you chose stack number 3, is from the SpiritSong Tarot deck. And you get the 5 of Acorns. Now, in this deck, acorns is equivalent to fire, yeah. So you've got, I don't know if Kitty is yawning or Kitty is, I don't think Kitty's yawning. Kitty is like, how do we say this? Okay, somebody forgot to turn her phone off. Sorry about that. That was weird. But Kitty is all about speaking your truth. This is powerful. This is opening up that heart chakra. When I was at a retreat last week, one of the things we did when we were in the shaman's cave was we all howled like wolves as loud as we could. And at first, you kind of feel weird doing it, but after a couple times of doing it, it felt so good to just get that energy out of your body. And I think that's what this cat's doing. This cat is getting that energy out. So the 5 of Acorns, or the 5 of Fire, it's also the 5 of Wands. It's from ace to 10, 5 is in the middle. So this is like, I'm halfway there, and I'm going to speak my mind. I'm going to speak my truth. I'm going to get this energy out because I want to make it to the 10. And I am motivated, and I'm going to do it. Now, this also speaks of you going through some kind of challenge right now, which many of us are. So I'm going through this challenge, and I'm going to get this stuff out because, darn it, I'm going to make it. I got this, and everything's going to be okay. But I got to get this energy out. Whether it's you screaming or telling somebody something that you've been holding in, telling yourself something that you've been holding in, that you're in denial. Whatever it is, get it out. You will feel 1,000% better. You just need to get it out. It's going to help you grow. Whatever that thing is that you need to get out, get it out because it is for your growth. It's actually it's helping you hold yourself back. So get that out. Now, if you run down Main Street screaming, don't blame me when you get in trouble. Don't do it on Main Street. So having said that, your next card is from the Druid Craft Tarot, and this is the Ace of Cups. Now, this is equivalent to water, and this is basically the Holy Grail. This is, your cup is overflowing. There's a new beginning coming, so you're going to get out whatever you need to get out, and then there's a new beginning, and just look at this picture. Is that happy? Oh, absolutely. You've got your cup overflowing. There's fish jumping out of the water. Everything's green and lush. And like everything is good with this. You found your Holy Grail. You need to know that you are the Holy Grail. But once you grow from releasing that whatever's in your throat chakra, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get not just a new beginning, but like the new beginning. You are at the cusp of something amazing, and that something amazing is you, but it's the new and improved you. It's you version 2.0. And like I said, this is the Holy Grail. So release what you need to release. Be the kitty cat. When we did yoga last week, our yoga instructor, there's a pose called, the cat. And she goes, no, we're going to do the psycho cat. And that's where you have your claws out, and your back is up. And it just made me laugh because I could see, I've seen cats do that. And it's like, oh yeah, I get to be the psycho cat. Sweet. So be that kitty cat that's going to release everything. And then you've got this fabulous new beginning coming. Like I said, it's not just any new beginning, it's the new beginning. So that's pretty amazing. The third card is from the Magical Menagerie, and you got the Swan. The Swan resonates with water, air, fire, and earth. And we all know the story of the ugly duckling, right? Becomes a swan. All right, so I'm going to read from the book about the swan. Swan appears in several Celtic legends, most notably that of the children of Lear. The swan was sacred to the Celts, and the Druids wore cloaks of swan feathers. In Britain, even now, swans are referred to as the Queen's birds, and it is illegal to kill one. Swan is associated with the mystical, the magical, the otherworld. Swan indicates that spiritual matters are assuming great importance in your life, and that you should pay careful attention to the omens or signs. Swan refers to astral travel and journeying in the hidden realms. Most importantly, swan indicates dawning spirituality, developing intuition, paying attention to symbolism, and having important dreams that suggest transitions and moving across the threshold between the worlds. This is often connected with artistic practices, particularly the performing arts. Swan is the flight of the soul. She refers to beauty, grace, sensitivity, and love relationships. So the story for this is, you've got this stone, which is all about recovery and releasing addictions. You've got the 5 of Acorns, which is all about speaking your truth, getting out whatever it is you need to get out. Then you'll have this perfect, fabulous new beginning. And then you've got the swan. Beautiful story. Get it out. And just know that, there's a bunch of people that have come to me and they're talking about this big change in their lives. And we all think change is scary and it's hard and it's bad, but honey, it's so worth it in the end. It's just a test. It's just a phase. It's just a transition. If you believe it's hard, it's going to be hard. If you believe it's easy, it's going to be easy. So what you put out there, that's what you're going to receive. Think about that. What you put out there, that's what you receive. So if you're living in fear, then what you fear is going to come to you. I just drove 3,700 miles in a car that I didn't know very well, a used car. And I could have been scared to death of driving alone across the country and back, of breaking down in the middle of nowhere, of being alone, of being, etc., etc., etc. And I kept telling myself that I am guided, guarded, and protected by all my spirit guides that love me. They don't want to see me have any issues. So please keep in mind that whatever you are afraid of, you can manifest. If you're afraid of getting in a car accident, you're going to manifest one. So if something like that creeps into your mind, what you need to do is have a very positive image or thought that is so powerful, it actually puts a smile on your face. So whatever that is, think about something that's in your life that is so positive and happy. It could be a child being born. It could be, your wedding. It could be your divorce. Whatever makes you smile. Put that in your head whenever these fearful thoughts show up. Because now is not the time to be afraid. Now is the time to recondition ourselves to expect miracles every day. If you expect a miracle, you're going to get one. Isn't that way more fun than expecting something bad to happen? I think it is. So that's going to be my theme, is expect a miracle every day. Thank you for joining me, everyone. I always appreciate you. I love you. I send you my love and many, many hugs. And if the sun is shining where you are, you enjoy the heck out of it. If it's not, then just put the intention out there that the sun is coming. All right? I love you. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Namaste.